Imagine looking up at the sky about, let's say, 120 years ago. It was untouched, limitless, and a world of dreams. Until December 17, 1903, two brothers, Wilbur and Oliver Wright, turned humanity's ancient dream into reality. With their Modus Flyer staying airborne for just 12 seconds. Not much, right? But in those 12 seconds, they built a world where it has broke barriers, involved endless innovations, and has become a force of connection. Good afternoon, respected judges, parents, and everyone present here. I am Kamakshi Pismani, and today I'll take you on an incredible journey into the evolution of aviation, a fragile dream that once started in North Carolina, America, by two brothers. Okay, so let's start with their first flight. A leap of faith. The Wright brothers, they weren't just inventors, they were visionaries without formal engineering training. They relied on pure determination, curiosity, and a series of trial and error experiments. Their flyer stayed in the air for 12 seconds, and today that 12 seconds is built to a world where we can travel for 12 hours non-stop in the ocean, country, or continent, you name it. They failed multiple times. Their flyer was made up of wood, wire, and cloth, fragile materials that mirrored the dream of their fragility. And with each failure, they didn't stop. They learned and they adjusted. And in 1903, they achieved their first control-powered aircraft that opened many possibilities humanity had only imagined. That's when aviation left the experimental stage and entered the world stage. In 1920, where it became a force of connection by shrinking the vastness of the world, and a great man named Charles Lindbergh flew across the Atlantic Ocean, but his flight wasn't just about flying in the ocean. It was about uniting continents and making an inspiration into millions and millions of people's minds about human ingenuity. Following him, Amelia Earhart, the woman who scored in aviation's history as the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean. Amelia didn't just fly. She defied odds, she broke barriers, and she proved that the skies were for many, many generations. She flew when aviation was at the darkest time and the most difficult time, the 1920s. And today, because of her, there's a thing called Women in Aviation. After that, we had the Douglas DC, which revolutionized commercial aviation. For the first time, the skies weren't just for the daring few now, they were for ordinary people. Families uniting, businesses flourishing. But as we all know, every sunshine comes with a shadow, and aviation had its shadows too. World War II marked the darkest side of aviation. The skies once symbolized as freedoms became battlegrounds, fighters and bombers, and now aviation was used as a tool of war. But even during this time, innovation didn't stop. Innovation flourished. Jet engines, radar systems, pressurized cabins, and the thing is, the things that were innovated during the World War were later advanced technologies in commercial aviation, showing us that even in the darkest time, we can always pave a way to the brighter future. And then we had the jet age of aviation, where dreams truly took flight. The Boeing 747, also known as the Queen of Skies. This aircraft became an icon, not just carrying passengers, but turning airports into bustling hubs of life and cultures, bridges between countries. And then we had the Concorde, a supersonic marvel which could cross the Atlantic in just 3 hours. Isn't that fast? Isn't that futuristic? Looks like science fiction to me. And then today we stand at a brink of an era where it's about electric-powered aircraft, solar planes gliding across our skies, without a drop of fuel on the ground. Consider this. This all started by the Wright brothers' 12-second flyer. And today we all live in a world where we travel, where air travel is so accessible, where flights have lead us to so far. So aviation isn't just a history lesson. It shows us many things. It shows us humans' greatest qualities: innovation, resilience, and the ambition to push their boundaries. It showed us that failure was the stepping stone to success. Because yes, the Wright brothers did fail, and they didn't just fail once, they failed multiple times. But with each failure, they never stopped. They dreamed, they did it. Aviation showed us that even the smallest beginnings can lead to great achievements. Because the sky has no limit. It's limitless, And they showed us that. It showed us the power of connection. If Charles Lindbergh didn't fly and he didn't unite continents, then the world would have been so vast. Oceans would have been so vast, but he did it. It wasn't easy for him, but he did it, because he dared it. And Amelia, she made it to the top 10 Heroes of American article. And today, because of her, there are women in aviation flying fighters and gliders. Aviation has come a long way, but during that time, it has evolved. It has evolved from a machine in the sky to an electric aircraft now. But during this time, it has also made milestones and memories for us to learn from. So, if the sky has no limits, then we should all be able to conquer it. Because if human can conquer it, then we can conquer it too. Thank you.